game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go.
Hey, how's it going? It's Ron from ThaBoxingvoice. I'm here with Dmitriy Salita. How's it going?
Everything's going great.
Immediate reaction to the news today.
Well, it's great to see big-time championship boxing on regular television, and we're happy to be here. It was an exciting press conference, and the world of boxing is great and healthy.
Now, here, let's see. Little political questions I want to ask, a little bit of fight questions asked. What direction you want to go first?
It's really, I know where this is heading, but as a boxing fan, I think this is great for the sport. It's great that the heavyweight championship fight is back on Showtime. It's great that Wilder is showing loyalty to the network that brought him up. It's great to see. It's great to see this fight is not on pay-per-view. So as a boxing fan, I'm very happy about what happened today.
Okay, so for the fans, it's great in the sense that they don't...
No doubt about it. Oh, and I'm sure there's going to be a great card underneath it as well.
Now, they were talking about the fact that fighters have banked on themselves and had many successes being their own self-promoter. Obviously, there's been $120 million, reports saying Deontay Wilder. Do you think, as his own man, this was a great move for him?
Well, I mean, it's very difficult to properly comment on the business side because we really don't know. Unless you're in it, you really don't know what happens. You don't know the details of the deal. I know that Deontay Wilder has some very intelligent and experienced people with Al Heyman and Shelley Finkel who have seen everything and know a lot about boxing on a business level, on a detailed level. They know, everything. Yep. So I'm sure that they made the best decision for their man.
Well, you've been a fighter yourself, and so just kind of talking about your own experience, you have your own promotional company. You got Big Baby Miller, so congratulations, big fight.
Thank you.
June 1st, Anthony Joshua. So you know what it feels like to be a fighter and also promote big fights. So at this point, in his situation, being a self-promoted fighter, there's always that risk of not making that guarantee money that everyone keeps saying, like, oh, we should have took the money like that. Like, going back to that, is this very realistic for someone like Deontay Wilder to be capable of making that amount of money as a self-promoter?
Definitely. I mean, he's a superstar. I think that the Google tracker they talked about today, I think is true. He's a big name in the sport of boxing. He's a big name in the sports world. He is an American heavyweight champion, which is a big deal. And for us to comment really on the business side of it, we really don't know. That's the truth. The truth is that we really don't know what happened. We really don't know what happened behind closed doors.
Well, let's talk. Well, then, how about this? I'll say it from
So I'll say, as fans, we obviously want to see the big fights. We want to see Wilder fight Fury. We want to see Wilder fight Joshua or Big Baby Miller, because I think Big Baby Miller is going to win. But we want those big fights to happen. And, but we really don't know what happened behind closed doors, And obviously, the people, Wilder has to look out for himself, and the people that are with him, his manager, Shelley Finkel, and Al Heyman have to look out for him.
Well, let me ask you this. In comparison of, obviously, all roads lead to either Deontay or Anthony Joshua because they have the belt. Big Baby Miller is with Anthony Joshua. I think you already know where I'm going with this. There has been a set amount of money for a rematch for if Deontay Wilder would fight Anthony Joshua. You're in a fight with Anthony Joshua as a promotional team. Is it wise to take a set flat fee in a rematch, considering the fact that we don't know what the fight can produce, what the amount can be, if it's higher or lower?
I mean, well, unless it's an extravagant amount.
Let's say 40 million. Let's just say it's been reported 40 million first, 40 million for the second.
Well, I mean, we don't know where the fight would happen. If the fight would happen in England at Wembley with 90,000 people, that's going to be a huge gate. Pay-per-view in England is going to be huge. Is it going to be on pay-per-view in the United States? Is it going to be on regular television? What is the network paying? I mean, there are all these factors that you don't know. How good was the first fight? Is everybody going to want to see it?
Would you? I mean,
so I want to say, well, with Big Baby Miller,
I mean, he has a fight with Anthony Joshua.
My responsibility to Jarrell is for him to fight in the biggest fights for the most amount of money, and it was. And in this point, when the fight happened, the best business situation for him was to fight Anthony Joshua in New York City, Madison Square Garden, and it's a fight that I believe that he has a great chance to win. It's a fight that he's greatly compensated for.
Do you guys have a rematch?
The whole package makes a lot of sense. I'm not one to negotiate publicly or to make business statements.
Okay, that's fair. But I'm just curious.
Through the internet.
No worries.
So, whatever happens, Jarrell is in a great situation, has a great package deal, and it's very likely that he's going to fight Anthony Joshua after he beats him on June 1st.
So if he beats him the first, there is a rematch set in place?
Very possible.
Okay, obviously we can't talk about the in-depth,
yes,
but there's a rematch placed, and it was already set?
Jarrell's in a great position. He's been the busiest heavyweight. He's had a tremendous amount of exposure. Gradually stepped up competition, and I feel that for that reason he's very ready to go into this fight. He's obviously making a lot of money to fight Anthony Joshua, and I think he's going to do a great job.
All right,
and I think that the heavyweight division is hot right now. It's a divided world, you know, with ESPN, Showtime, and Dazn, and you know, kind of great fighters are aligned with each particular network and platform. So that makes it difficult for the big fights to happen. But I am very excited that on April 13th, when Clarissa fights Christina Hammer, there'll be two young, unbelievable heavyweights fighting, which one of them will be Jermaine Franklin, who's 17-0, the best American heavyweight prospect, soon-to-be contender. He's fighting Rydell Booker. And behind him will be Otto Whalen, who's 20-0 from Sweden. He's ranked number 5 in the world in WBA and IBF. Very, very good fighter. Two guys that I believe are going to be the new faces in the heavyweight division. And also on the non-televised undercard, Samuel Peters coming back. He just had a knockout last month, and he's going to have another comeback fight on the card. So the heavyweight division is popping. There's a lot of great fighters. Apti Daftayev, 16-0, 50 knockouts, another fighter that I work with heavyweight. Yep. He's fighting in Russia April 18th.
Yeah, he got a lot of work now.
Very good fighter. He's been training at the Kronk Gym for the last year and a half, almost a year and a half. And I'm very excited about his possibilities and his you know, his longevity in the sport. So it's a great time for boxing. It's a great time in the heavyweight division. You know, the interesting thing is some things don't change, and really the heavyweights are the kings of the sport. Even though it kind of doesn't make sense in some ways, because a lot of the lighter guys are more skilled, more athletic, perform very, you know, bring forth very exciting fights. But the heavyweights are the kings of boxing, and the heavyweights are doing very well right now.
Well, look, you got your prediction right last time about the Spence and Mikey. Just want a couple seconds on who do you think wins this fight?
I think Breazeale is gonna come very motivated and well prepared. I think Roger Hunt is a great trainer. I think he's gonna add some things to Breazeale, but I think that the talent and the level of competition is on different levels, and I think that Wilder should stop Breazeale. But it's going to be exciting because Breazeale is a durable, tough guy. Yep. And he's going to take a lot of punishment before he goes out, and he's very proud as well. Seems to be very motivated going to this fight. So my prediction is that Wilder gets him out of there, but in an exciting way. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be an exciting fight for the fans watching on Showtime, and definitely for the people that are going to be here at Barclays Center.
Appreciate you giving us some time. Social media?
At Salita Prom, P-R-O-M, for my Salita Promotions accounts, and at DSalita if you guys want to follow me. But we have an exciting card on April 13th with Clarissa and Christina, the biggest fight in women's boxing history. Also on Showtime, really the first super fight where two of the best women in the world, in their peaks, are going to fight one another. Very excited about it, and it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Last week, Showtime did an all-access episode in Clarissa's camp and in Christina's camp, so I'm very excited to see what that looks like. Both ladies are training very, very hard. It's going to be a tremendous fight. And again, the two fighters on the card, Jermaine Franklin and Otto Whalen, very excited about them, especially in this hot heavyweight division. You know, excited to see these new guys putting it on the line and taking care of business.
Awesome, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, from title, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.